Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Growth. Just giving a little channel update. I recently moved, so I haven't been uploading any videos. Not that I have a ton of watchers, but still, yeah, I like to keep you guys updated. So I moved a little out of the city, and I'm really loving it. I got a nice big backyard, and it's just really nice. And that's kind of what I wanted for a long time. So it's beautiful out here. I got lots of trees, lots of green. It's nice waking up to this stuff, and being close to nature. It's just, I don't know. After living in the city so long, you kind of get tired of it. And there's my dog Rocket. You just get kind of tired of it, and you want to get back to nature. It's just a different life. There he goes. That's a signature move, peeing on poles. But yeah, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. If you've never lived in kind of the country, I guess you would say, it's just a different way of life. When you wake up and you look out your back door and it's nothing but trees and forest, it's a great feeling. And being around nature, seeing the birds, all I hear are birds in the morning. It's beautiful, and seeing the wildlife around and the different plants and stuff like that. It's just a different experience, and something I'm fortunate enough to be able to do. And I saved up for a long time. I was able to make it happen, and kind of got the house that I wanted. But yeah, it's been great living here. And unfortunately, though, I haven't had time really to post any videos, and been kind of busy. Moving all of my stuff was kind of a pain in the butt. I don't recommend that for anyone. It's not the best experience to move all your stuff. Lots of cages, lots of aquariums, lots of tanks. I didn't really have any casualties. Like I said, it was a pain in the butt, and it's not a good experience. Very frustrating, very taxing to move all that stuff. But it all worked out in the end, and ran into a lot of problems. And the temperature in my basement was very low, it was in the 50s, so I had to get some short-term fixes. I got some space heaters to get me through the winter and all that. But everything, like I said, everything worked out, and here I am again. I'm gonna start posting more videos, actually posting a lot more videos, and keep everybody updated. I got a lot of cool stuff planned in the future. Today I'm gonna do an African Fat Tail Care guide for African Fat Tail Geckos, which I love, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. I've had them for a couple years, and I really like them. But yeah, back to the channel though. I'm living good. I'm with nature, and everything's nice. So like I said, hopefully I'm gonna keep putting out some videos, and keep you guys entertained with some good content, because I got a lot of cool stuff planned. A lot of things that not too many people make videos on or educate people on. I have a lot of unique pets that I'd like to make some videos on, so you guys should enjoy that. But live in the forest, like this bird, just walking by and seeing that. It didn't even move. I thought it was camouflaged, like a statue. I'm totally just looking at it. But it's beautiful, seeing the toads hop around, especially after it rains, stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get going on this African Fat Tail video. Just let my dog out. And it's good. Another thing too, why I moved is I just wanted space for my dog. That's not why I bought the house here, but it's nice. Just having a dog in the city is a pain, and especially my guy, he's a nice dog, and he likes having fun. And it just sucks in the city because there's a lot of dogs around, and my he's a friendly dog, but he's very curious, and it's rough having to walk him on the street with a poop bag. Here I just let him go in the backyard, and he has a field day, which is wonderful, because he's loving life, and I'm glad I could give that to him. So, but enough talk about me. We're gonna go on with the video about the African Fat Tail Care guide, how I built their tank, pretty much everything you need to know how to keep them. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you enjoy it. African Fat Tail Geckos are found in scrublands and deserts in West Africa. A cool fact about them is they're one of the only few species of geckos that actually have eyelids, which comes in handy in the desert. They can also detach their tail and grow a new one back. I personally think that African Fat Tail Geckos are the best pet lizards that exist for many reasons. They're very affordable, and you can get a nice cat to bred adult for between around $15 and $100. And from my experience, they're incredibly docile. In fact, the only time I've ever gotten bitten was when I was handling my female. I picked her up from above, and that's kind of not the way to pick them up. You want to scoop them from below so they feel secure. She gave me the cutest, fakest, wimpiest little bite. It couldn't have hurt. Yeah, the key to handling them is just scoot them up from below. They're such sweet little lizards. And they don't get too large. They get around 9 inches and can live up to 20 years. Their needs are extremely easy too. For housing, a 10-gallon tank can hold a pair, but I prefer a 20-gallon long just for the extra room. Keep in mind you cannot house adult males together. They will probably kill each other or really hurt each other. They're very territorial. For substrate, I recommend ABG substrate or peat or anything that keeps humidity. They need to be around 50 to 70% humidity, so mist them every day or two. You don't want it wet, but keep it humid. Offer a height on each side of the tank. On the warm side, you want it around 90 degrees and a little drier. And on the other side, keep it between 70 and 80 degrees. You can go as exotic as you like with the decorations and plants. I definitely recommend plants, ficus, pothos, peperomia, durable, easy stuff to grow. And if you don't plan on feeding your lizards outside of their enclosure, paper is a good substrate. It's easy to clean, it's cheap, and you don't have to worry about impaction. And be sure to include a well-ventilated, secure lid and give them a fresh water dish. As far as lighting goes, they are nocturnal and do not need UVB light, so a normal 12-hour lighting routine is okay for these guys. Or, have a fancy light for some plant growth. As far as feeding them goes, get them dusted crickets or dubia roaches. Feed the babies daily and the adults about 3 times a week. Dust with calcium every other feeding and vitamins once per week. Depending on their size, you typically want to feed your adult African fat tails between 6 to 7 crickets at a feeding. They are prone to getting overweight, so make sure you monitor that and don't overfeed them. And as far as handling goes, just make sure you pick them up from below and not above. They don't like being picked up from the top. They need some support below them and they'll feel secure. And they don't mind being handled occasionally. And like I said before, they're super docile in my opinion. So here I'll show you how I built their tank. I used Nexoterra and I made some foam rocks. And spray painted them and made them look kind of natural. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them the way I think they should look and get a good idea. And then I coated the back of the tank with this pond type rubber adhesive, non-toxic of course, and I don't remember where I got it from, but I had it and I used it. So that's what I did. I attached the rocks to the background and I coated it with the liquid rubber and it dried and the rock stuck to the back of the wall. Alright, so this is how I feed my fat tail geckos, and how I think you should feed all your lizards. There's 3 reasons why I do it this way. I toss them in a bucket. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, except it's crickets. First and foremost, you avoid impaction from the substrate, which is nice. You don't have to worry about that. Secondly, you're interacting with your lizards. They're getting used to you, and they know when you stick your hand in the tank, you're going to grab them for some food. And for the third reason why I do it for mine is they're not very good hunters. They're not good at getting the crickets. And mine only eat crickets. They won't eat anything else. I don't know why. So yeah, this works for them. I don't waste any crickets. They don't hide. They don't run. And I don't hear them chirping all the time. They just, feast on them inside the bucket. And I mean, how could you not enjoy it? Look at their little tails. They shake their little tail feather and they shoot their head out like a rocket to get these crickets. It's totally fun to watch, and it never gets old, really. I mean, I could watch these guys eat all the time. They're so cute and funny and comical, and they're so personable. And yeah, like I said, they're not always good at catching the crickets. So most of the time, if I would feed them in a tank, the crickets would just run and hide. It's just a pain, and you hear them chirping. So yeah, I think this is the best way to feed lizards because, like I said, you get to watch them, you don't waste anything, and you're interacting with them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so here's the final product. This is the tank. I tossed in some succulents. They're cheap, easy, durable. Tossed in some driftwood and some substrate, the rocks and everything, the whole 9 yards, 2 hides. So yeah, this is what it ended up looking like. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned a lot about African Fat Tail Geckos. If you have any questions or comments, comment down below. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this.